Here we go. We're just fooling around with the little Appy now. He's made some progress. I'm pretty proud of him. He's pretty scared. I'm going to show you a little thing here. So I got a pretty long rope. And if you have one of these longer ropes, it slows things down. So if he panics, I don't have to be in such a hurry to get him turned. There you go, good boy. He's making progress. I'm using a flag today. I don't know. Somebody said the flag scared the hell out of him. Whoever said that didn't know too much. But anyway, what I really wanted to show you was he's making progress, and this rope's pretty long. So if he takes a squirt out through here, because this flag is scary to him, I guess, but it won't be scary when it's not. Rubbing him all over with the flag. The flag's only evil, I suppose, if you don't know how to use it. You can use it too much and wreck them. You can use it just enough to scare them, traumatize them for the rest of their life. Or you can use it like you're supposed to use it, and just a tool. He's licking and chewing. Just a tool to get him to prove to him that it ain't gonna hurt him. So we've kind of worked on him facing up. There's a little bit of rain, that scares him. A little rain on top of the tin roof. Pretty loud inside here. And if it gets real bad, it gets real loud in here. I got my wife's show horse standing out in the rain right now, turned out in the arena. The only one that's safe and dry, everything else is turned out. But the old scared Appy, he's in here dry, spending time with the old guy. I think it's funny. But anyway, if you do your due diligence, now he might be frozen right here a little bit. There he moved his feet. Every once in a while you do need to move them around, make sure they're not froze. And looking out my window there, it looks like we've got hail coming down about 1 inch a minute, or grapple, or whatever you call it these days. So I'm going to rub him with the flag. This is how you get him to where you can use this as a tool. Now I'm going to do something with the flag. Over his head, under his chin, in through the blind spots. Now I'm going to rub him with the flag again. And I'm going to use my hands. Good boy. So this little guy's made a lot of progress. He did all the work. I just kind of presented stuff to him, and I'm going to go underneath his belly now. Now it's been a few seconds and he hasn't moved. So I'm going to move him to make sure he's not frozen. I'll step him off to the side here. There it is, he moved. It's incredible how fast these horses can make progress. It is absolutely incredible if you give them a chance. And if something does scare him in here, you'll get to see why I have this long rope. He's licking and chewing and he untracked. We're going to pick up and move his inside hind leg. I need that inside hind leg to move. Right there. Now I'm going to walk away from him and pull my slack out of here. Good boy. There you go. Fingers in his mouth. When he moves his tongue, take him out. If you have a little system, you see how he started to panic right there? And I wiggled the flag? That wasn't to make him panic more. It was to get his attention. You can see over there the wind's blowed that piece of tarp across the top of my gate. And this is getting better. I'll go over there and see if I can stuff that tarp on the other side of the gate. There. That's what we want. Now, is he still touchy? Yeah. But look at the progress the old booger's made. You know, he tried real hard. I don't think he's near ready for Grandma to come in here and lead him around, but he's damn sure ready to give me a shot at being trusted. And I'm just going to keep flopping this around, nonchalant. I don't have a system to it other than this flag's moving, and then when it's not moving, it's petting him. And we got that curtain behind him that the wind's blowing. There we go. I used to have a clip in here to hold that tarp on top of the gate. There, nice. Now I'm gonna get him to face up again and pet him. If I can prove to him that I'm trustworthy, left and right, yeah. All of these horses can be helped. If you approach each horse as an individual and you don't give up. And if you develop a system where they continually get better, even if it's just a little bit better every day, pretty quick they'll be exactly where you need them to be. Grab the halter, left and right means back up. I need 2 steps. That's that halter I made with the knot down here. It slides up and down. So you can make it about any size you want. Now when you got this long rope that you're using, it's about a 20-foot piece of rope. You sure don't want to get it wrapped around you or hung up on nothing. Left and right means back up. I need 2 steps back. There it is. Now pet him with the same thing that you used to make him move. Licking and chewing. He wants to have a friend. He wants to be good. This is as big a gift as he can give. And if this ain't enough, if his gift to me isn't enough, that's on me. This is all he has to give. His trust, his life. That should be enough for anybody. Now I'm going to see if I can lead him over here a little bit. That flag's behind me. Now I'm going to stop. Now I'm going to say, hey dude, can you back up? 2 steps. There it is. The first step is for to change his mind. The second step is for practice. Licking and chewing, give him a rub. Put my finger in his mouth. There, when the mouth opens up and the tongue comes to life, take it out. Get this to where it means nothing. See, that long rope made it so that I didn't have to be in such a hurry to grab that rope because it was so short I was going to lose it. There. There we go. There we go. Left and right. Pet him. On my hand, pet him. See if I can send him over here. There. Doesn't have to be too much in the beginning. And out there in the little round pen that's right behind his stall, it's pretty easy to get him to go in a circle. In here, he can go any direction he wants. This is a big day for him. And I don't take it lightly. He's doing the best he can. Try to touch him every place where he's got hair. I'm going to try and experiment. I'm going to rub this leg with my hand. I've been rubbing it with the stick. I'll show you. If you can rub it with a stick, like that, and he can hold his ground. But if you can't do this, you see how he's looking away? He has to look at me. That's one of the biggest things for him, is being able to not look away. So if I can rub that leg, I can rub that leg with my hand. There. Give him a pat. Can I rub that leg with my hand again? Can I? I'm going to rub that leg with my hand again. Make him look at me. There. Good enough. That will lead to getting his feet trimmed. Hey, buddy. So, I'm going to rub this leg with my hand or with my flag. Just rub it. Don't just surprise him and attack him. Be aware of what's going on. If that looks good to you and you can touch him, see if we can do the same thing over here. Can I rub that leg? I may not be able to today. It is what it is. I don't have to get this done today. If you've got that kind of attitude, it'll happen fast. If you've got the attitude where he has to, and he has to do it right now, working with these kind of horses could be a problem. All you're going to do is fight with them. Inside hind leg, left and right. There, give him the pet. to work with his mind just a little bit right here. What I want him to do is touch this ball with his nose. I'm going to give him a direction. When he's looking at it, I'm not going to touch him. Give him a direction. There. There it is. Good boy. Now we'll pull this ball right through here. I'm going to yield this hindquarters. There. Now I'm going to send him to the ball. Get him to look at it. Get him to look at it. My timing is right. When he looks at it, there'll be zero pressure. Reassure him. Let him know it's all good. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good boy. So, if a horse doesn't trust you, it's impossible for them to think, because they're so worried about you they can't think about anything else. If you're doing your job right, this horse can be comfortable, follow the field, and still explore his world, so his world doesn't scare him. All we have to do is prove to him that we can be trusted and our judgment has value to him. So I'm going to kick this ball. Now we're going to go find it again. And when he's following the field and reading my intentions, he'll be where he needs to be. So can he be relaxed enough in my presence to touch that ball? Comfort him a little bit. There. Good boy. This is one of the many ways when you're riding a colt for the first time to take it to a place it doesn't want to go to. This is the beginning of that. The beginning of the feel between me, him, and the scary spot. I can take care of the scary spot. Thing about these balls is I can make this scary spot anywhere. Yeah. But this is the beginning of teaching him how to follow a feel and read my intentions. I'm not taking him over here to get him hurt. I'm taking him over here to prove to him that it's okay. It's all good, man. And instead of just holding on to him in the middle of the pen and petting on him and rubbing on him, it's almost like giving him a job to do. He gets to think about a thing, and if he doesn't know the answer to it, it's just another opportunity to trust me and follow my feel. We'll take that over there. The wind's blowing that tarp across the top of the gate. There, he moved his foot. Good. I want to be able to guide him. I'm looking forward to when I can get that Indian braid out of his mane. Now we're here, but to finish being here, he has to touch that ball. So I'm pulling direction of the ball. When his mind goes there, pressure goes away. I'm glad that he wants to come up to me and get some comfort by touching me, but he can't touch me, can he? He can touch me when he finishes the task, and the task is touch the ball. It's a real simple task, but you try to do this with one that ain't ready, it's pretty Western. Pretty Western. Drop your head down, relax your neck. If a horse is worried, their neck and head is up in the air. If they're relaxed, their head and neck are down. So I'm putting a little pressure on his nose and his poll right now. You can see it's only the pressure of one finger holding that rope. I want him to follow that feel and come down. There. I want him to follow that feel and drop his head. Right there's how much pressure I got on it. There. I'm going to try and help him. I'm going to pull down on the halter. So right there, I'm holding the halter. It's going across the bridge of his nose and his poll. I want him to drop his head. Relax. There. I want him to drop his head and relax. When he gives, I give back. I'll trade hands so you can see it better. I'm just going to hold here. When I feel that come off my hand, I'll open my fingers. I just want him to relax. And drop his head. There. Now You have to stay safe when you do this silly stuff like this. And this is silly if you haven't got your due diligence done. All I'm looking for is for him to drop his head down and follow that feel down to the ground or down to the ball. There. When I get a little bit of a give, there's no pressure on that rope. There it is. It didn't stay very long. I've got pressure on his pole right now. When he stepped off that pole pressure, it disappeared. Now I've got pressure on his pole again. When he stepped there, it disappeared. We bring him down here. There. There's how much pressure is on that rope. But it's still touching him on the nose and the pole. Soft. 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 It's okay to hold one. It's just not okay to pull on one. You teach them how to pull, that means it's went way too far and you've missed a lot of stuff. But if you got a horse that's trying to run off and drag you, you can hold them with all of your life. That's the difference between pulling them. I'm not going to pull him down here to this ball. I'm going to hold him when he separates himself. Like that, I'm holding him. I'm released. It's the difference between pulling and holding. There's a little bit of weight right there on that knot, and that goes up to his pole and his nose. When he drops his head, that will disappear. That pressure will disappear. There. Finger in his mouth. Yeah. I'm holding there. 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 This is how you teach him to get light. One of the many ways. Sometimes reassuring. There. There. There it is. That's a starter. So anyway, that's why I use the long rope, so it slows things down. The little guy's made a lot of progress. He's tried really hard. All we're going to do is keep showing him one more thing. And as long as he continues to get better every single day, I'm a happy, happy guy. I hope that was of some value to you guys. Me and the Appy say bye.